Hi everyone, my name is Katie Black. I graduated from Longwood last spring and I'm in my first year of the Neuroscience PhD program at Tulane University in New Orleans. So I know that the application process can be pretty daunting at times, but it's really manageable if you use your resources. So if you're worried about taking the GRE, I definitely recommend taking one of the Kaplan courses if you can. I did that and my scores were much better than I ever thought they would be, and I only had to take the GRE once. So if you're worried about your resume and your cover or your letter of interest and all of that, definitely talk to the Career Center. They will help you proofread everything and they'll help you figure out what to write in the first place, and you will look fantastic on paper afterwards. I think one of the most important things I did when I was applying to schools was I actually emailed a professor at each of the schools that I was interested in applying to. And so if I liked their research, I'd send them an email, introduce myself, ask them some more about their research. And then I would ask if they were accepting students. And by doing this, I actually was able to set up a meeting with a professor at Tulane and at a conference that we both attended last November. So I got to meet her and her grad students and talk to her about her research, and now I get to work in her lab. So it's pretty exciting. But as I said before, my program is a PhD program. So basically, it's about 5 years or so, and you don't have to have your master's to get in to begin with. You just earn that on the way. Um, it's basically like three things rolled into one. You're doing research, you're usually a teaching assistant, and you take classes. So I know a lot of you will probably have questions about money and if you can work another job while you're in school and all of that. But basically, grad school is your job. Most PhD programs will give you a tuition waiver, so you don't have to pay for classes, and you'll get a stipend. So it's not a whole lot of money, but it's manageable. You can live off of it. And you won't have time to work another job because you're doing so much with grad school. So as I said before, it's research, teaching, and taking classes. So in my research, I'm actually working in a lab studying the effects of estrogen on memory. So I get to we use a rat model, so we do research, run memory tests and mazes and stuff like that. And then the classes I take are all neuroscience related courses. So I'll take graduate neurostatistics, and then I'll get to take more specific classes like learning and memory and aging and endocrinology. And while you're not in class, it's not like undergrad where you get to go home and take a nap between classes. You are in the lab or doing teaching assistant stuff when you're not in class. So, I spend at least 40 hours a week on campus in the lab doing stuff, taking classes and all of that. And then the third part is the teaching assistant duties. So I am a TA for the psychopharmacology lab. So I get to help set up labs, run experiments with the undergrads, and then I help them with their statistics afterwards for their papers. And I think that that's pretty much it that goes into it. You're pretty busy. You'll put a lot of work into it, but it's completely worth it, and it's fun if you're interested in that kind of stuff. But I have some free time where I can explore the city and do lots of fun New Orleans stuff, like listen to jazz music and all of that. But so I think my biggest piece of advice is don't limit yourself when you're applying to schools. So look at places outside Virginia, look at don't worry about the money or any of that. Just find schools with programs that are interesting to you and apply to them. Email a professor, see if they're accepting students, and see. I think that's about it. But if you guys have any questions about PhD programs or about my research, about Tulane, about New Orleans, please feel free to send me an email. Dr. Beechert has my email address, and I will be more than willing and happy to help you. I know it's a scary process, but it'll be over eventually. But all right, good luck, guys. Have fun.